Hi everyone, join me today while I decorate this 2-layer 6-inch vanilla Oreo cake with an Oreo whipped cream frosting. I'm starting off by leveling my cakes with this wire leveler. When I first got the leveler, I didn't know how to use it properly, but now that I do, this thing cuts so smoothly and everything is like perfect. You just have to make sure the notches are lined up on both sides so it's a straight cut. For the filling of this cake, we're just doing some of the Oreo whipped cream with a layer of Oreo crumbs as well. I stacked my cakes and tried to make sure they were as lined up as possible, and next I'm doing my crumb coat. When I added the Oreos to my whipped cream, I made sure that they were all finely crushed because if there's any bigger pieces, I'm not going to be able to get my frosting smooth, and it also could clog my piping tip in the future. When I'm coating my cake with frosting, either the crumb coat or even the top coat, I just use a piping bag without a tip in it. I just cut a hole and make sure that there's an even layer of frosting going all the way around, so when I go around with my scraper, it looks pretty nice and there's no holes. I do take a lot of time going around with my scraper, even on the crumb coat, because I believe if it's pretty smooth on the crumb coat, it will be a lot easier to get it smooth on the second coat. And I also warm my scraper with hot water before scraping and then wiping it with a paper towel so it smooths out the frosting a lot more. Next, after my crumb coat was done, I put it in the refrigerator, whipped up a second batch of frosting, and added Oreos to it, and now I'm doing my top coat. With whipped cream, I can never get it perfectly smooth. It's just not something I'm able to do just yet. I think it's because of my stabilizer, it just makes it very difficult, but using the warm scraper does help out a lot. And patience is key with cake decorating. You just gotta keep going around it, keep adding frosting to the spot, so this was a long process of just turning the cake. But decorating the cakes is my favorite part, so that's okay. Then I used a knife on top to just make smooth edges. And here's my cake all coated. As you can see, it's whipped cream, so it's not perfectly smooth, but it is pretty smooth for it being whipped cream. Next, I whipped up a chocolate drip, using 3/4 cups of dark chocolate and then a half a cup of whipping cream. To make sure I had the right consistency, I practiced first on the bottom of a cup to make sure I could spread it right. Then I started dripping my drip around my cake. This is only my second drip cake I've ever done, but there was so much improvement from the first drip I did. And honestly, I really need to practice drips to get them like perfect, but I'm very happy with how this one came out. I put it on top and pushed it off the side with a spoon to let it drip down. And the top doesn't have to be perfectly smooth because I'm going to be covering the top with some Oreo crumbs and some frosting. So first off, Oreo crumbs in the middle, and then I'll fill my piping bag with my Oreo whipped cream and then just do some swirls with Oreos between them. And then all I'll need to add is a border around the bottom and this cake will be complete. I am happy with how it came out and it looks so delicious. I want a piece myself. Do you think you would like this cake? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to see more of my baking journey with my home business, My Joyful Kitchen.